Nah, I'm just kidding. But alright, so welcome to an episode of Ask Your Gym Trainer, yourgymtrainer.com. We decided to start a series called Ask Your Gym Trainer because we get thousands and thousands of messages from all of you guys asking various different questions, and we're going to pick out whatever questions we think that could appeal to helping the most people, and we're going to cover them in this series. So if you want to get your question answered, be sure to go to our Facebook page, Your Gym Trainer, and send us an inbox there. Or you can email us at youronlinegymtrainer@gmail.com, which will be in the description. Check out our website and all that. You can get a hold of us various different ways, send in your questions, and have a chance to get it featured on a video to have your questions answered. So one of the biggest questions that a ton of people are asking, and there's a ton of videos already on this, but it's such a broad subject. The question is fat loss. How can you lose fat fast? How can you do it effectively? And what actually works? What I am going to tell you is what worked for me personally and what I've done to lose fat. So the first things first, you have to understand this. If you want to lose fat, if you want to shred your fat and get abs, you gotta be in a caloric deficit. Those of you guys who don't know what a caloric deficit is, it's having lower calories than it takes to maintain. So first things first, you have to find your maintenance level calories. For some people it's 2,500, 2,700. It really depends on your build, your metabolism, and your activity level. Say somebody who sits at a desk all day will have a lot lower activity level compared to somebody who works on a farm every day, who is doing things all day, burning calories all day, and those extra calories. So when you get in your caloric deficit, you figure out your maintenance. Drop it about to 250 calories under your maintenance level. Depending on how fast you want to cut, you can drop it a little bit more or a little bit less. You want to go down to a really slow cut so you hold on to as much muscle mass as possible. That's the goal in a cut, holding on to all your muscle so you don't burn muscle and just lose results. What's the point of that? What's the point of losing results? All your hard work going down the drain. So about 250 calories or so below your maintenance level, and the key to knowing if you are losing weight or how fast you're losing weight is to do your weekly weigh-ins, averages. Like you weigh yourself every single day on a scale, get your weight. The first week or 2 weeks or so, you will drop weight like drastically, like a lot faster than the after weeks because it is water weight, and your water weight will shed off really fast. So like I said, weekly averages. So you weigh yourself every day for 7 days, and then you put them all together and you find your average for the week, and that will be, I don't know, 1 pound or 2 pounds depending on how much of a caloric deficit you're in. So once your weight is steadily at the same, that means drop your calories more. Drop it another 50 to 100 calories or so, and you'll just keep slowly dropping weight. Anybody can lose weight dropping down to 1,200 calories, 1,000 calories. You don't want to do that. You want to stay fresh. You want to keep your strength. You want to make sure that your training stays the same. Lift heavy, high intensity. Once the calories are dropped a pretty good amount, then you can start lowering the overall volume of your training. Say you're doing 10 sets of bench press. Maybe you might want to drop it down to 8 sets of bench press. But keeping the weights heavy, keeping it heavy, you don't want to do tons of lightweight and whatnot. That's not going to help you. You want to keep your strength, keep your muscle on your frame. Also, another thing that is key, be sure to keep your protein level, your protein pretty much the same, if not maybe even a little more. Me personally, I like doing a higher carb approach, like taking a little bit more time, but doing it a lot healthier, and it make me feel better. Because personally, for me, on a low carb diet, I feel like shit. Like, I feel like complete shit. I'd rather stay on a pretty decently high carb diet and keep my protein high, lower the fat a little bit. For me personally, I burn a lot of calories. I have no problem shedding off fat. But it's different for everybody. Like I said, some people may have a little bit more problem shedding out fat, so they have to drop their calories a bit more, or maybe even try the low carb approach. But I suggest try keeping your carbs up. Your brain, it gets really affected by the low carbs because of the glucose. It needs glucose, and for it to work as effective as it possibly can. So, like I said, keep your protein high, about 1 gram per per pound of lean muscle mass or so. Not necessarily per pound of body weight, but per pound of lean muscle mass. But it's really up to you. You can play with that 0.8 to 1.2 grams per pound of body lean mass. So, like I said, keep training good, keep lifting heavy, high intensity. You can try doing hypertrophy work on it, but keeping your rest time a lot lower. Say you normally rest about 2 minutes or so, drop it down to 1 minute 30 seconds. Drop it down to a minute and rest. Keep it high intensity interval training. HIIT. Use cardio as a tool. People say you're going to lose weight, you're sitting on cardio all day, sitting on your Stairmaster for an hour or so. Yes, you will lose weight, but cardio for more experienced people and whatnot is more of a tool, so you can eat more calories so you're not starving yourself. Starving yourself isn't fun, guys. You feel like shit, you have low energy, your self-esteem is lower, you're not as confident and whatnot. And so there's a bunch of different ways to approach your diet. If it's either clean eating or if it fits your macros, which I personally am an advocate of it. But I do eat mostly clean, but you can throw in that if you want to eat a pudding or you want to eat a candy bar once in a while. You can track that on MyFitnessPal, which you can get on an app on your iPhone or your Galaxy or any kind of phone you got, or you can just go right online and use it as well. And yeah, track your macros. So get your macros, whether it's 2,500, 2,200, 2,000, or even 3,000 for some people, to steadily lose weight. Just be sure to track your macros if it fits your macros. Clean eating, like I said, I am an advocate of clean eating as well, because I like eating clean. It makes me feel good. It makes my body feel good. So also, while you're cutting, make sure you're sleeping enough. You don't want to increase your cortisol levels and just increase the stress and feeling like shit. And there's studies saying if you sleep under 7 to 8 hours, then you have 30% higher chance of getting like heart disease and a bunch of stuff like that. You have like slower reaction time, your cognitive reactions all slower. And yeah, so keep your sleep around 7 to 8 hours. If not, you can get a bit more, which would be helpful. But there's also studies now saying that sleeping over 7 to 8 hours is also bad for you. So like 7-8 hours is about the sweet spot. I sleep personally about 8 to 9. It really depends on how tired I am and whatnot, and how your quality of sleep is. Some people have bad time sleeping, so you can try taking supplements like melatonin and whatnot, which will help you sleep. But some people say you have crazy dreams on that. Keep your nutrition on point. Like if it fits your macros, be sure to count your macros. It's that, like, it don't matter if you're eating clean, but there's an extent if it fits your macros. It's not like use all your carbs up. If you're drinking beer and shit all the time for all your carbs, that's not going to help you. There's obviously limits to it. You can eat ice cream and whatnot as long as you count it in your macros, but make sure you're getting your protein, your fats, and your carbs for the day. Keep your training intensity high, so you get that afterburn effect. And high intensity training actually increases your human growth hormone, HGH, and your test levels. You can do low intensity steady state cardio LISS training, which is Stairmaster, walking, maybe a slow jog, but don't do it all the time. There's actually studies saying that it is detrimental doing a lot of cardio every single day. And minimize your alcohol and drug usage, guys. That will really, alcohol, I've also read a study saying that drinking alcohol at least one time a week or so lowers your metabolism by 67%, guys. 67%. That's a bunch of gains out the toilet. So get your sleep, lower your volume once your calories are dropped a lot, and be sure to drink water. Water is important. Try to get at least a gallon a day to maybe a little bit less. It depends on how fast you drink it, because there are some studies I've read saying that the faster you drink your water, the faster it goes to your bladder and whatnot, so you can drink it slower for more absorption. It's really up to you. I personally drink about a gallon or so a day. I feel that works for me. I feel hydrated. I feel good. I got less chance of getting headaches and whatnot from drinking water. So yeah, so that was pretty much my take on fat loss. Check out our website at yourgymtrainer.com. Online coaching programs. It's going to be awesome, guys, because we're here to help you guys. Send your questions into yourgymtrainer.com or email youronlinegymtrainer@gmail.com. Our Facebook, Your Gym Trainer. Send them in. We'll answer your questions in a video, and I really hope you guys learned something.
Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure you give it